Hi everybody, I really hope you're doing well. This is a crazy, crazy time. I really appreciate any efforts you're putting in to continue with our learning while we're going through all of this. We're taking it slow, but any bit of work that you can get done, I'm hoping that I'm making these small, manageable chunks of information. So this lesson is the last part of our acids and bases unit. The prior video was just a review of indicators, which we did cover in class. So I hope you watched that video and did the coloring worksheet and completed the pH and indicators worksheet as well. Now I'm going to show you how to do a titration calculation. That will be followed by you doing some practice calculations and viewing a lab video and completing a lab worksheet that has data filled into it. Okay, so a titration is a lab technique. That's the first thing you have to understand, that this is something that is done in a lab, and it's used to find an unknown molarity of acid or base by adding small amounts of the opposite substance that you know the molarity of until you get a neutralization reaction to occur, because an acid will neutralize a base. You'll know when that process is complete because you will have a color change. So the indicator will change color. And at neutralization, which is the equivalence point, because you're talking about something being neutral, the amount of hydrogens is going to be equal to the amount of hydroxides when you have a neutral substance. So to do this, after you do this lab technique, you will perform this calculation, and this equation is on the reference table T. This is the last calculation of the year for the reference tables. So the way that your reference table shows it, they don't put the little N in front like I do, but this is really something that's important, and you'll see that in some of the practice questions you're going to be working with. On the acid side, so this is molarity of the acid times the volume of the acid equals molarity of the base times the volume of the base. It's multiplication, it's not addition. I do not see a plus sign there. The N that I have added on each side of this equation is important. The N on the acid side of the equation refers to the number of hydrogens that are in the formula. So you just have to look at the formula for the acid. And on the base side, the N refers to the number of hydroxides in the formula of the base. So for example, if I have hydrochloric acid, N would be equal to 1. If I have sodium hydroxide, on the base side, N would be equal to 1. If I were dealing with sulfuric acid, N would be equal to 2 on the acid side. If I were dealing with calcium hydroxide, N would be equal to 2 on the base side. So you just have to look at the formula. So I'm going to show you how to these problems would work. These are not difficult. All you have to do is plug in and solve. So these are Regents questions. How many milliliters of 4 molar sodium hydroxide are required to exactly neutralize 50 milliliters of a 2 molar solution of nitric acid? So here's our information. We have volumes, we have molarities, and we have substances. So HNO3 is our acid. It has the hydrogen in front. Sodium hydroxide is our base. It has the OH at the end. So let's just make a list of... My children are screaming, get used to it. So the molarity of the acid is 2 molar. The volume of the acid is 50 milliliters. And then N, looking at the formula for this acid, N is equal to 1. On the base side, the molarity of the base is 4. The volume of the base, it's asking us how many milliliters of sodium hydroxide, and N is going to be equal to 1. So when we set up this formula, what? She just handed me a sheet of paper. So here's your calculation. You plug in your acid stuff. You plug in your base stuff. X would be equal to 25 milliliters. Next example. What's the molarity of an HCl solution? 20 milliliters of the acid is needed to neutralize 10 milliliters of 0.5 molar sodium hydroxide. Again, keep these nice and organized because a common mistake that students make is they will swap stuff. They'll like put the molarity of the acid next to the volume of the base or something. So don't mix and match. Keep all of your information together. So Ma, it's asking us what the molarity is. Volume of the acid is 20. N is equal to 1. Molarity of the base. Volume of the base. And N is equal to 1. So there is your molarity. Another example. So we have our acid, our base, our molarity, our volume, our N. So those are both 1 again. They're not always going to both be the same. It's asking the molarity of the acid. The volume of the acid is 450 milliliters. Molarity, these should be B's. Molarity of the base is 0.1. Volume of the base is 55. So we have 1 times 450 times x equals 1 times 0.1 is 55. So that's 5.5 equals 450x. So x is equal to 5.5 divided by 450. Okay, for this example, I'd like you to try this one out on your own. The video is going to pause in a second to let you work it out and put in your answer. Okay, so let's look at how this is solved. Oops. So this is 12.5. So you should have had 0.625. Okay, now here's one where we are going to work through where the N portion of this calculation does become important. So we have sulfuric acid, we have sodium hydroxide, MaVaN, MbVbN. Now for this one, look at the formula of the acid. There's 2 hydrogens in it. The base, it's asking for the concentration. 25 milliliters is the volume, and N is equal to 1. So here the math becomes important. So we have N times Ma times Va equals N times Mb times Vb. So this is 200 equals 25x, and x is equal to 4 molar. If you forgot to put the 2 here, and you just said, oh, 1, because I'm used to putting 1s here, you would get, what am I thinking of? Oh, this should be 8. I'm sorry. Let's see. If you put the 1 there instead, that would make this 100, and 100 divided by 25 would be 4. So your math would be wrong if you do not take this into consideration. This does come up on Regents questions sometimes, so you have to be careful and make sure you count the H's and the OH's. It doesn't tell you to do that on the reference table. You have to do it to get the math right. Now this last example is showing laboratory data. this is what you're going to see in the examples in the lab. This is what Regent's question as well. When you're given different volume readings, you would subtract them to find the amount of the acid or base that you were using. Now these are easy because you started at 0 and ended at a number, so obviously this is the number you're using, but like if this was like 2.76 and we had this 23.65, you'd subtract to find the amount that you used. Because the amount that you used during the titration is the volume you're going to put into the calculation. So we have our acid and our base. MA equals 3. VA equals 23.65. MB is our unknown. VB is 13.28. So 1 times 3 times 23.65 equals 1 times x times 13.28. And this is 70.95. Divide by 13.28 on each side, and that's equal to about 5.3 molar. So that gave you several examples of titration calculations. There's a worksheet that I want you to complete with those titration problems on it. There's also the lab video and the lab worksheet that goes along. So that'll take us a couple of days. I hope you're well. Please email me if you have any questions.